I always try to do my best in the studio, but at the same time, not at the same time, but I try to stay true to myself and do what I feel is best in my heart and what's going on in my life. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're on the same page with as everyone else is. So I was really thankful to know that it was received with such love. I feel that God puts us all here for a reason. We have jobs to do, and I feel that my job is helping people through what I know best, which is my music. And I do the best that I possibly can. There's always more that you can do, and try to give, and not just monetarily speaking, but of my time as well. And with terminally ill children, with AIDS projects, and with other organizations that I've worked with for years. I wanted it to be that, as opposed to this very somber song speaking of, I believe in past lives. I believe in there being another life that we go to, that it's not over. It's just, for right now, we will not see each other until I get to that next place. Basically, it was Denise's point of view. I wrote it for the film, and she saw Sherman for who he really was, and she really loved him. And that's really what it's about. It's the inner being, the inner person. I had so much anxiety that night. It was not funny. I wanted it to be right. I had a lot of fun, for sure, actually, while I was in the middle of the performance, and then especially at the end of the performance, because it was over. But it was actually a lot of fun. We rehearsed, and there was just a great deal of anxiety, and I never ever had anxiety like that before in my life. Why? I have no clue, still to this day. I guess I just wanted it to be, there's no such thing as perfection, but I wanted it to be perfect, and I think that's where it was stemming from. The concept behind it really is my friends are always saying to me that I have this thing with the guys not asking me out, and every guy that I actually have gone out with, I've always been the one that has done the asking. And then a few of them have said that it's intimidation. Whether it really is that or not, I don't know, but just thinking it would be nice to be asked by someone you want to be asked out. I didn't necessarily look at it in terms of marking the return of myself, but it just stood out to me as a nice first single. It was up and happy, and it represented what the album has to give, so to speak. Everyone has their picks as first singles. My friends had their picks, and this just happened to be mine. Edit. Now, you guys say cheeky, we say a couple of other things. Yes, you don't understand what right it is? Edit. Do you understand it? Edit. It's a sexual thing. I mean, it's just such a great feeling going back there and knowing that you're getting ready to get to work again, and we're so close, very close, and always bringing all our ideas to the table, and we throw each other's ideas out and say, that's not gonna work. What else do you have? And they do the same with me. And it works. I don't feel there's any need to fix it. And they truly understand me and help me to express myself. And it's always a wonderful experience.
And there's also a very strong sense of freedom.
I think that's the most important thing, and probably really in the forefront for myself, at least. It's a complete change in my life, and there is a sense of freedom, and it definitely reflects, definitely on the album.
And to get that extra club vibe, Janet brought in Rockwilder to cast his magic spell upon the music.
It was great, the three of us, and we hit it off. And that's really why I brought him in. It's not that I felt that I really needed someone else, or that we needed someone else to fill this slot, because we've done other things like that before, with Together Again, doing the house stuff, or doing things that are a little edgier and more sensual stuff. But I just thought it was he's such a talented guy, and just a nice mix. And he's a very hungry kid. Great guy. So many people have come to me and said that our child was conceived by listening to your music, and it's always those sensual songs. So I call them the baby-making songs. It is very special. It just talks about this. It's not just about love making, but it's deeper than that. That you feel as one, and there's a spirituality there. Someone that's very dear to the heart. So come and lay with me, shine love. I had a regression done, and I was told that in my past life that I was the daughter of an emperor, and I was very much so in love with a warrior, and we never had the relationship that we really wanted to, because I was to marry into, royalty, which is the way it was. Well, it's still done, and just at some point in my life, I would possibly meet up with this person again. So I started wondering, where is he? Is he here now? Have I met him before? When will I meet him? Will I meet him? And that's where China Love comes from.
One song on All For You that's bound to arouse interest is Would You Mind, which contains the most sexually provocative set of lyrics that Janet has written. And it's not a case of let's wait a while.
Well, I'm 34. I think it's about time I did something.
It's a song that had to have the right studio atmosphere, as every sound on All For You is for real.
Yeah, they are. You're trying to embarrass me. Yeah, they are. I mean, there's the incense and the candles and all that good stuff. And before you know it, sometimes the clothing comes off and things happen. But it's all good. It was only meant to be a sample. You're So Vain, and she heard the song, and I had completed it, and just to get her approval, and she wanted to re-sing her stuff, and said cool, and then she wanted to write a couple of lines, and that was fine. And next thing we knew, Carly had written a whole song, and it sounded so awesome that we just decided to kind of put it with what I was saying, and it went perfectly, and it became a duet. Yeah, a lot of people try to get out of me, who is she talking about, which she told me, but I'm not going to say, because obviously she still doesn't want anyone to know. And there's a couple of people I'm talking about. It's not one person in particular, for myself. Leaving the past behind, the truth can set you free, knowing what really is, forgiveness. There's been a lot of things that have gone on in my life. And this one is really about what I went through with Renee. And I'm still going through. Did you hear my stomach? And it's actually still ongoing, the divorce. And there was no way that I feel that I couldn't address it, because it is a part of my life. But I decided only to do one song, because it's not really what I'm truly feeling the most. I mean, the most is it's very jovial, you know what I mean? It's up and happy. So I definitely had to address it, because it's a part of my life. But the truth can't set you free. I think I was pretty sad the way Renee decided to go about things. That hurt a great deal, and it makes you wonder, what was the love really there? Which that song also has a line that speaks about there, because you know where your heart is, and all that you truly want and desire, and it makes you wonder what was really in the person's heart, and you don't want to think the worst, but you can't help but to wonder. But that song is about that, and it's really me talking to myself, kind of speaking out loud in a sense. I really was. I mean, just to hear NSYNC doing That's the Way Love Goes, and Destiny's Child doing Let's Wait a While, and Macy doing Love Will Never Do. It was such an awesome night for me, such a special moment in my life. I don't go a day without someone singing that song to me, or just calling my name down the hallway and, ooh, I am baby. It's cute though. No, I totally understand he was busy working, and that's the way this business is. It's nothing more than that. And it's really sad, because I think us being in America, and a lot of things go over here in Europe that are said, and there's so many untruths. And I've been getting a lot of it on this trip, realizing, not knowing that all of this was being, a lot of mess was being created over here about my family. But yeah, we're very close and we love each other, and that didn't bother me at all. He's busy doing his thing, and I wish him the best. I try to meditate every day. I think spirituality is very important, having a one-on-one relationship with God. My friends keep me in line. When I get out of hand, they put me in my place, and I'm so thankful for that. But my mother growing up wasn't having it for many of the kids. And I think that's really where it all started. And taking that with you and keeping it, wanting to keep it is the main thing, because you can really lose all of that getting to a certain level in your career. And you know, it's the people that you surround yourself with, telling them that you want them to always be honest with you and to tell you the truth and not be ass kissers, honestly. And that's the relationship that I want, not with people, just people, my friends, but also with the people that I work with. That's very important to me. He's very talented. I have his album. Great melodies, very melodic, a nice fresh sound. He's starting to really open up at home now, and the kids are starting to take notice, and they're liking what they're hearing. I think he's going to be very successful at home. Would I? I'd have to give it a lot of thought, and we'd probably have to sit down and talk, because I don't know if I understand him, and I would like to understand him first. I love entertaining people, and hopefully they'll enjoy the show. It's a completely different show, a different stage, and 5 new dancers, different musicians, and we've put it together already, really, for the most part. So it's a matter of learning choreography and rehearsing the whole thing, really. And hopefully you guys will enjoy it.